never don't dare, we cannot falter in the battle, we're tried and true. Indiana, we're all for you.
Welcome, everybody, to the Indiana Basketball Show. I'm your co-host, Mike Goodpaster, here along with my other co-host, 1981 national champion, two-time Big Ten champion, NIT champion, Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Since then, not really done much. Steve Risley. How you doing, Steve?
That's the autobiography of my life, isn't it?
Hey, at least you had like 4 really good years. Most people
I had
don't even have
4
a
really
decent
good
day.
years. Yeah. I did. And,
All right. Yesterday, Steve.
Good to see you.
Yesterday, Indiana beat a very good Baylor team 76-74. There were some concerns from the game, which we'll get to in a bit. But I thought it was much more positive than negative. And, I mean, Lamar Wilkerson looks like he's going to be an outright first all Big Ten player. So I would say, coming off of what we've suffered through the last few years, I think yesterday where you made free throws and you made halftime adjustments and played defense, those are two things we haven't seen since, Bob Knight?
Yeah, and I have to say you're a kind-hearted gentleman, because when we both got on to do some pregame work, we both thought the same thing. You're giving me the privilege of saying it. We won the game. Let's just start right there. And that should be the tone for the show, is everything is positive. I didn't see a whole lot of negativity in this game. I saw things to work on, but my gosh, it's the second exhibition game of the season with a brand new coach and 13 brand new players that have never played together really as a group. So we won. We played against a very athletic Baylor basketball team that I believe is ranked, Mike, 17th in KenPom right now?
That's what you said. So, they're a top 20 team.
So this is no slouch basketball team. We went semi on the road while we're still in a very friendly environment. We got out of our own beds and slept in a hotel room. I mean, there were just so many positives about Sunday's game, tying right into the Colts just destroying the Tennessee Titans. How'd the Bengals do? Oh, in case Mike didn't want to talk about the Bengals.
I couldn't hear.
The Bengals gave the Jets their first win of the season.
I couldn't hear what you said. Go ahead.
So let's start off with the ugly worm in the boat, and that's the 3-point shooting. And they went what?
By the way, real quick, we got a bunch of comments. I didn't even see it. We'll get to that before that. Greg Gorecki, I think he said I was a bit cruel. Michael Houghton says hi from Indy Airport on a flight delay back to Sarasota. We got Robert Yo from Bureau. Go ahead, Steve.
All right, 3-point shooting. Now, this is a positive as far as I'm concerned, because 3-point shooting is what it is. I'm glad we didn't have it when we played, because I think the game's moved to too much above the arc now and less into the paint in the 10 to 15 foot range, where it takes a lot more skill. But Indiana ended up 6 of 24, I think it was.
It wasn't pretty, Steve.
It wasn't pretty. 25% from the 3-point range. However, to compensate that, what makes me real happy is we scored 34 of our points in the paint, which that pretty well offset a poor shooting night from beyond the arc. If you come back and you can drill half your points in the paint with a limited roster, I mean, we're nursing a bunch of what we would call minor injuries.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're minor. There's like 3 guys that are out right now injured. One looks like he'll be back soon. 2
and so it's a tough. I told you we talked about this last time. It's a tough time of the season. Everybody's banging on each other hard. Everybody's getting pissed at each other in practice because you're seeing the same people. You're fighting for position. You realize you're getting slotted into a position on this team. And some of them are real happy. Some are real pissed. Some want to be shooters, and they're not going to be shooters. It's really hard. And it just gets real physical about this time. And the coaches aren't seeing the growth they want as quick as they want. Nonetheless, I like the fact almost that Indiana had a poor shooting night, yet they were able to compensate with good production, 34 points in the paint, which tells me that they're going to be a little variable in their offense. They're going to be able to adjust and move on. I thought this game was a tale of two halves, basically. Just kind of a little, I don't want to say lost, but, the defensive structure wasn't quite there. The shooting was bad. And the second half, the coaching staff, I want to applaud the coaching staff because I thought they made some great adjustments at halftime and the team came out.
Right.
What?
When's the last time we said that?
Yeah, when's the last time we said a coaching staff really had influence and input into the game?
Yeah.
But I thought the coaching staff did a good job. I thought we plugged holes a lot better in the second half. That's going to be a weakness for the team because we're not as athletic as a team like a Baylor is, and we're probably not going to be one of the more athletic teams in the Big Ten. But I thought that they came out and got into help side positioning better, helped defense a lot better than they did in the first half. In the first half, we were allowing them to penetrate a lot through the seams, making passes through the seams, not cutting off passing lanes, and that improved significantly. Again, I preface everything and say we won the game, and this is exhibition. In terms of Wilkerson, remember, this was a no foul out game, and Wilkerson would have fouled out late into the second half. He would have been gone. I think he had a 6 foul somewhere around the 4 minute the go mark or something like that. But it was a no foul out clause since it was exhibition, so you got to continue to play. So that's something to be, you got to be a little more quick footed. What do you want to add? I got a list.
I will say this. I think there's a lot of issues here. Second chance points, Indiana was outscored 18-3. I think Reed Bailey is going to need time to adjust. And throughout his career at Davidson, the big,
rebounding.
The big bad thing on him was he struggled mightily in outings against Power 5 foes, and he is a player that kind of relies on craftiness. But the thing that really looked good to me, if he can advance, is the fact that I think Sam Alexis will be a star as a starter. I mean, he didn't start, but he played heavy minutes. He basically all but took over Bailey's spot as the game progressed. He played 25 minutes. Bailey played 19. He's got great length. He's got great bounce. Alexis is he's a rim protector. And Indiana needs that on the interior. He had 3 blocks against Baylor. And offensively, he's excellent down under. And I think another thing about him is he's really opportunistic. He takes full advantage of everything that comes his way. And the best part about it is I think he fits extremely well alongside Indiana's guard and DeVries. And the other thing here is we've talked about this before because I know there's a lot of people freaking out because I wrote the article. And the show we did last week, I thought we both said that this was a good roster. And then we get a YouTube comment from a guy, I don't remember what his name is, but he said, how can you be well constructed when you're weak in the post? My point is this: college basketball, you win with guard play. This team has guard play. And defensively in the second half, they turned up the pressure and basically they won the game. Now, I do have issues, especially in the first half. They had issues stopping penetration, which worries me there because,
leaving the seams open.
This is the thing. If I'm coaching a basketball team or I've got a high school daughter, the one thing that worries me the most is penetration, and you cannot allow penetration. And if you do, you end up with a lot of bad things happening. So I think we saw with Tate Connerway, I thought he played well. I think Connor Enright is going to be a stud. Tucker DeVries. The thing about DeVries is he was basically considered just an offensive player. But what I think we've seen, and they're just exhibitions, but the 2 scrimmages, he's played much better than what people would think because he is considered an offensive player. And defensively, he's never been a big game changer at West Virginia or Drake, but he registered 2 blocks, 2 steals. He got his hands on the balls a few other times as well. He may be unable to consistently keep that up, but he has showed that he can make plays, and he does have the hands and anticipation that would allow him to be more than just an offensive player on this team. I mean, you talked about it. They won. I mean, I'll take that right there. And the other thing is this, Steve. The best player in the Big Ten, or one of the top 5 players in the Big Ten, I think, is Lamar Wilkerson Lamar Wilkerson, who was clearly the standout of this game. He scored 28 points. Everybody knew he could shoot, which he confirmed as he knocked down 3 threes. But he has a versatile offensive game, and he moves tremendously well without the ball, and he may be one of the best back cutters in the conference, a skill that would be taken full advantage of given these top-notch passers on the Hoosiers roster, whether it's DeVries, Risley, and then you've got the guards, Connerway and Enright. To me, you may be lacking a little bit up front, but they've got more than what they need in the backcourt. They've got more than what they need on shooters. And Baylor shot free throws decent. They were 18 for 24. They lost by 2. Indiana was 20 of 21. So this team, the rebounding still worries me. But at the end of the game, they knocked down the shots when they mattered. And really, this game was won on the free throw line. Baylor misses 6. Indiana misses 1. Indiana wins by 2.
Right. Yeah. And rebounding. Yeah. We got killed on the boards, 44 to 25. I mean, that won't cut it in the Big Ten. You get into that situation game after game, you're going to lose half the games you play. You get out rebounded like that. And you can't rely on that going 20 for 21 from the foul line every game. When's the last time we've seen an Indiana basketball team dating all the way back to my era go 20 for 21?
Maybe 1970. How about 1976? Maybe.
Yeah, or maybe when Alford was on or something like that. But
but you still had Daryl Thomas chucking up bricks. So.
That's a hell of an effort there. I think and again, depending on how good this coaching staff is, which I believe in this coaching staff, you take a look at this film and you see where our rebounding is going to be a problem. Size is going to be a problem. And we won a national championship with our center being 6'9".
Yeah.
So it's 7-footer does not look at Purdue. They have another 7-footer this year, I assume.
I think they got like 17 of them, but it
and they get their ass handed to them by Kentucky. So, this whole thing. But what I think the coaching staff needs to do right now is what we got to do. We got to go back. We got to focus on blockout drills right now. We got to teach these kids to block out, find a man, get a body on them, prevent them from getting and we practice daily, 20, 25 minutes of practice on just blocking out to where it became so automatic to us that you just had to have that feel that kind of your butt up against somebody's crotch since we're going down the seam thing. So.
All right. I will also say this. The thing I like about this team more than the teams we've seen recently under Archie and that other guy is the fact that Tatum Connerway, I mean, he's a perimeter defensive presence. Indiana's needed that for a while. You've got Connor Enright, who comes with a reputation of being a tough, hard-nosed, smart player. Now, he managed just 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, but he had 3 steals. He accounted for multiple deflections. And the thing about him, and this is what I think has been missed from a lot of Indiana teams, not all of them, but for the last 30 years, they've missed what Enright brings, which is an unteachable level of grit and effort that is infectious and breeds momentum-shifting plays. And I expect Enright to quickly become a fan favorite at Indiana this season.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I'm going to reserve judgment on anything in terms of building continuity among players because he's got 13 players he's trying to mesh together. And so he got some hurt right now that aren't getting into the mix like you'd like to have them. It starts for real a week from this Wednesday, I think it is. They start opening up with Alabama A&M.
That is what we're going to preview next.
Yeah, on the 4th. But, everything personnel-wise looks usable and good with this basketball program. We got players that are willing to do things. We got defensive perimeter coverage. Like I said, the one hole we see, and we think it's a hole, like I say, you can control lack of height by blocking out. That's all you got to do. Make them go over
and
your
back.
back.
This team, I think, will get better just because of that.
Oh, yeah. No, I see nothing but improvement for this team. And what you hit it nail on the head. I see nothing but kids that want to get better.
Yes.
I see kids making an effort, just using pure athletic effort, and not using the top-notch coaching that's out there yet. That's going to fall into place. They start getting a little game experience. They start getting some film to watch. Practice film is different than game film. because game film, you're out there doing it on your own. You're reacting to players you haven't seen before. You don't know their tendencies that well. And it's the greatest teacher. I mean, we spent so much time watching film. It was ridiculous. I know every program does that now. They have entire video teams now, these universities do, that actually go out and film and break these things down.
Yeah, and now it's not even film like when you played.
No, it's videotape. Yes, so not 8 millimeter.
It's a USB. You just stick it in and play it.
Yeah. I remember we used to come back from a game and come back, and the next morning, every player would have a reel of film spliced and cut up of just you in the game, what you did. And they would do it in practice too. And one day, Knight got film of Landon just standing on the sidelines for 30 minutes, not getting into practice, and made the whole team watch it with Landon.
That sounds like fun.
Yes,
all right. Do we want to go ahead and preview Alabama and A&M?
Anything else out of the game? Let me see what other notes I took here, because I took some notes. Let me just go through them. 3-point shooting, 8 players nursing some injuries. We were down double digits twice when we came back. It shows some tenacity, real tenacity, not getting rattled. I like that. Very positive there. Not a lot of continuity among anybody, but yet still having enough continuity to pull it together as a team, bring ourselves back. I thought that was good. Thought we made great defensive adjustments at halftime that we needed to make. We plugged a lot of these seams we talked about in the first half, took away some passing lanes, got a little more smart defensively. And that's what Indiana's going to have to do defensively. He's going to have to get smart because they're not going to be as quick-footed as many teams they play. So get smart, keep working on your brains defensively, and you can just outsmart teams defensively so easily. Didn't see a lot offensively. You didn't see a lot of offensive sets, I didn't think. But I think that was probably by design. I think, they're not perfect on them yet. And there might even be a little competitiveness there by Coach Dries. I don't want to show everything in a preseason game that people can get the game film of and see what sets we're going to be running this early in. So we'll just hold off on that. We'll just go with our basic offense, try and get players in a position, see who's going to fit where. So I didn't think we saw a lot of offensive sets, but I think that's by design. I thought our individual defense was really good. I thought one-on-one, I thought we played the post well man-on-man. It's just getting the help side when you needed it to cut off the lanes. So that's what we need to improve upon. I wrote down. Again, we traded off 3 points this game for paints in the point. I like that, and we were very productive. What did they have paints in the point? They had 28. We had 34. Again, we talk about we won by 2 points. There you go. We made it up there. Let's see. That's all. We talked about everything else I had written down. We covered it all. You did a good job, Mike. You're smarter than me. Of course, we all know that.
I know. That's what I was going to say.
I beat you to it. I'm first to admit you're smarter than me. It's all right.
All right. Let's see if we get any comments here. Let's see. Michael, poise and maturity helped yesterday. Determination to come from behind. Greg Gorecki, when does the regular season start? As we do not get NCAA preseason
November
basketball here
4th.
in Canada. It's whatever. It's November 4th. I thought.
Yeah, we don't play this week. It's next week.
You told me it was this week.
I thought it was. Look. I've got the Dodgers to worry about tonight, tomorrow night, and
nobody worries about baseball.
Nobody outside of LA and Toronto does, because you guys don't have any baseball teams.
The Reds do.
No, you don't have a baseball team.
They're in the playoffs. They just don't pay $1 billion and get their players from Asia.
Yeah. And we don't have any players on our team that gamble and get knocked out of the Hall of Fame.
Actually,
they bet their way out of the Hall of Fame.
Wait a second. They do.
Who?
The Dodgers do. You got Ohtani, who was gambling, and they let that other guy take the ball for him.
No, that was his interpreter that was gambling. So,
all right.
He was absolved of any of that.
So, all right. So next week, the Hoosiers will open the season against Alabama A&M. We will do a preview show for that probably next. What is the game next Wednesday?
Yes, the 4th, whatever day the 4th is on.
So we'll do a game preview show Tuesday the 1st. That sound good to you, Steve?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
now,
not only do I have the Dodgers to worry about, I got my beloved Colts who are leading the league at
okay, let's
7-1.
talk about something that matters, which is basketball. So, and I can tell you this: Alabama A&M is not a slapdick team like the time we almost
Oh
lost
no,
to
no,
Army.
no.
No, they're not. They have a new coach, Dante Jackson, who took the reins after successfully being at Grambling State. He led Grambling State to the NCAA tournament in 2024. They've got a few transfers. Contavious Dozer, who's a first team all SWAC guard. I think he's going to be the leader of that team. But this is a team that's got some players. And a lot of people think this is an NCAA basketball tournament team. Of course, it's coming out of a SWAC. So maybe we still beat them by 40. But I think it's a team that IU needs to take seriously. And we will start to take serious next Tuesday at 1:00, Steve. Steve, you got
Yeah.
anything else you want to talk about that's
Yeah,
not
I just think
baseball
everybody
related?
that listens to us, there's no negativity here at all. Nothing. I mean, it is what I saw, what I've seen the first two games has been refreshing. And I'm not going to pick on any one player, any one coach, or any one era of IU basketball. It's just good to see what I think is a group of kids that go out there, are coachable, are smart players, will figure out what their strengths and weaknesses are. The coach is really good at that so far, and will make us play to our strengths and will teach us to cover our weaknesses. And if height and rebounding are our weakness, I think Coach DeVries will find a way to cover that and work around that. I don't think we don't give up on our 3-point shooting. A lot of these players are getting used to Assembly Hall. A lot of them have never played in a place like Assembly Hall. Well, of course, this game was at Conseco or
It's
whatever
close
it
enough,
is.
Steve. It's not Conseco. It's
Uh,
what is it, Steve?
I haven't lived in Indiana in 8 years. What the hell do I know?
Joseph says, "What the hell, Steve?
Who is it?
Who is what? You mean
What's
Baker's Life?
the damn gym named after? WNBA team, Fever Hall?
No. In it Gamebridge?
Oh, Gamebridge. Yeah, that's
Come
the
on,
500.
Steve.
The 500 is named after Gamebridge too.
Robert
What is
said
it?
he had to listen
What is
to
Lucas
Fish.
Oil and
Hey,
Gamebridge?
and I want to thank Robert too, because he listened to Fish on 105.1 Hoosier Country. And actually, as I was watching the Bengals lose to the Jets, he was texting me updates every few minutes. So I knew what was going on. And then I watched the game last night on YouTube.
Fish ever say anything nice about me, Robert? I used to like that guy. He's a great golfer.
Michael says, just like our football program, if the coach breaks the results, the player will follow to IU. That is correct. Actually, as long as you're bringing the money, the players will follow. You just got to get the right players. And now we have the coach that can weed those out because we don't have a self-absorbed, former NBA coach. Joseph
Lighten up.
said that he's glad you're still alive.
I'm glad I'm still alive, Steve. Thanks, Mike. Thanks.
That's Steve. Or that's Joseph.
I know, Joe. Why the hurt? Why the hurt? What did I do to him?
He just said he's glad that you're still alive.
No, he's being facetious.
I
support police departments as much as I possibly can.
I think he's glad you're alive, but yet you're mad at him for not being glad you're alive. Okay. I think he's just saying that because you're so old, and anytime you get on the show, we all take it like a relative sigh of relief because you're still alive.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime somebody gets as old as you, Steve, what are you, 87 now?
Yeah. If you want to replace me, you're more than welcome to. Trust me.
I can't replace you. Who am I going to replace you with? Joe's a dumbass, so he can't be the guy.
I don't think Joe's a dumbass.
And Joe says he's not. He is glad.
He's not a dumbass.
Joe's a dumbass.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
What was the score of your football team against his?
Joe won.
Oh, there you go. Who's
and
the dumbass?
Joe refuses
to play
who's
the dumbass?
Joe refuses to play next year.
Oh, yeah. I would too.
Here.
You that bad.
Hold on. Joe says, Steve, I'm saying that because I haven't seen you in forever and you never call anymore.
I'll call you today, Joe.
Joe won't answer.
I figured crime is up in VV, Indiana.
It is. Somebody got arrested there last year.
Did they?
Michael says, bet on the Blue Jays in 6.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, if that's your team, go for it.
I think it'd be good for America if Toronto won because they're closer to being an American city than Los Angeles is.
Trump's going to tariff the trophy going up there. You know that.
Hey, Greg, you think Steve is younger than you, but you look younger than Steve.
I've never been a slave to fashion. I've never considered myself a good-looking young man. I got lucky. I got married 40 years ago, and it's over and done with. Don't fight it.
All right, guys. We will be back next.
In other words, Mike, I know what my strengths and weaknesses are.
I'm not going to ask what your strengths and weaknesses are.
Good point. Good job.
Okay.
Okay, everybody.
Going for 20 more minutes.
Things are looking good for IU basketball. I'd like we should all be happy with the first
I'm
two
supposed
outings.
to wrap the fucking show up, not you, Steve.
I'm not ready to wrap it up yet. Okay. I'm just telling you my final comments. I think we should all be very happy. We're seeing positive things.
I was ready to wrap the show up, by the way. Go ahead.
I like the fact that they were able to adjust and play with just 8 players. I see that our boy Risley did the Risley curse, 23-0. I think I was the same thing, 24-0. So poor guy. I'm gonna stop talking about him now because I don't want him to get the Risley curse. Or
Which
the
one
Isley
is that?
curse.
Is that the one with crabs?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Absolutely not. Never in my life. Never.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap the show up. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification on YouTube. He was 0-1. Actually, Purdue's not 0-1 because the game didn't count.
Game doesn't count.
And Michael, if you watch the game, Purdue rotated a lot more players than Kentucky did. And these games mean nothing. It's good. It's better to win than it is to lose. But Purdue
it's more
handful.
Egotistical to win, but it has no bearing on anything.
Yeah, it's just always better to win than to lose. All right, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Follow us on X at Grueling Truth. But for now, I'm Mike Goodpaster. He's Steve Risley. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth.